What's up everybody, Jacob here with Coal Creek Outdoors, and today I'm going to be going over my helmet setup that I use for night hunting. I get a fair amount of questions about gear and everything, but I would say my helmet setup and helmet setups in general is probably one of the things I get asked the most about. So we're going to go over in details everything about the helmet, everything that's rigged up on the helmet, and price points, weights, everything you guys are going to want to know here. So I will tell you right off the bat, helmet setups, this is either a love it or hate it type of thing. Some people love them because of the freedom that it gives them to use their hands for other things and keep your hands in your pockets, keeping them warm. And other people hate it because they don't like having something up top on their head at all times. So it really comes down to preference, and it's something hard to figure out until you actually try it for yourself. But to do it and to do it the right way, it does cost a pretty good amount of money to get into something like this. I'll tell you, I've been there, done both. I've been the guy that stood there with a handheld monocular, and I've also used this helmet setup for many years now, and my preference is I would never go back to using a handheld. Biggest reason is my hands get so cold in the winter that a lot of times that's the first things that go out on me. My hands get cold, my hands get numb, and if I can't feel my hands, I can't be out hunting. So I like to keep my hands in my pockets with a couple of hand warmers and be able to stand there and turn around 360 degrees, and instead of holding your hands up on a set of binos or on a monocular, you can stand there and do everything hands-free. Then when you've got a coyote coming in and you're about to transition from your helmet mount over to your gun scope, you just quickly take your hands out of your pockets, flip the monocular up, and then you're on your scope. So now I've got my optics stripped off and the arms and everything, and we're gonna first touch on this helmet. This is a Team Wendy X-Fill bump helmet. This thing is incredibly lightweight. It's very versatile, very adjustable, very comfortable. They do run about $400 right now retail, so that's another thing to keep in mind, and I would say that is the biggest disadvantage that I see of going helmet mounted is just more money. Thermals are expensive, and then when you're going to add in a helmet just to hold the thing on top of your head, that's a bigger financial hit that you got to take. But for me, it's worth it, so I spend the money, and I spend the money on good quality stuff that's going to last me forever. The inside padding is very comfortable. I've worn this both with no stocking cap, I've worn it with a lightweight face mask, I've worn it with a thicker face mask, and everything is very well adjustable, and it's easy to adjust to where it doesn't take you to forever to go ahead and make these adjustments if you got to switch hats or maybe even take it off because you're getting too hot, you're sweating too much from dragging out a coyote. So on your straps here, you've got these adjustable buckles, and you've got this one here. It's got an adjustable buckle on the back towards the back of your neck, and it's got an adjustable buckle over here towards the front of your face. Same thing with the other side. You've got two adjustable buckles, so you can get this thing centered on your head nice and exactly how you want it without any issues. And then you've got your chin strap. And this is the best thing they've done with these helmets. You've got your BOA system in the back, and this is so easy to adjust and get this wire buckled down exactly how you want it. And then when you're ready to pop this thing off and relieve the tension, you just pull it out and then stretch it out, snap it back in, and it's ready to put on the next time. We'll show you guys just how quick and simple this is. So we've got the BOA already expanded out all the way. Clip in the chin strap, find your BOA on the back. You're tightened down, you're ready to rock and roll. Now you've called it quits and you're done. Chin strap, release the BOA. That simple. Now moving to the outside of this helmet, you can notice you've got your vent holes all over the place. So you're gonna have good airflow being able to circulate across your head, so you're not gonna get too hot and sweaty with this thing. And you've also got an abundance of Velcro, whether you wanna put on patches or anything like that. You've got plenty of spots to do so. And as you can see, I've got a counterweight on this one. So you're definitely going to want a counterweight to offset some of that weight that's on the front of your helmet that's naturally going to pull it down. So a little bit of a counterweight goes a long way, helping everything stay really good and balanced on the top of your head. This one comes with rails on each side. This would be really handy for mounting a GoPro if you're doing something in the daytime, or as you can see on the side here, we've got a light. This is a red light. This is actually meant to be a pistol light, but it fits perfect on this rail. And this thing is nice and bright. You can get them in red, green, white, whatever you guys are looking for. And when you're out there in pitch black darkness, having a light to get in is definitely handy. You don't want to be shining all over the place and alerting coyotes or other people in the area, but it is really nice to have some light up on your head so you don't have to carry a flashlight or anything, because the purpose of this helmet is to go totally hands-free. This helmet also has the shroud already on it ready to go. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our mounts in, and I'll show you guys how to get your thermal optics set up. Here I've got my Wilcox G24 arm with also the bridge adapter. These are also fairly expensive, and you're gonna be tempted to buy something cheaper on the internet that's foreign made, and I would highly recommend you not do that. Wilcox is the best in the business. Everything is really stout and sturdy, and the last thing I want holding up my several $1,000 thermal optic is a cheap knockoff variation of this unit. So again, more money you're spending, but you're going to be buying high quality stuff that's going to last, and it's going to give you really good adjustability, and you're not going to have any problems with it. So this is the two different pieces. Again, you've got your Wilcox G24, and then now your bridge adapter. These are meant to be able to run either one or two. I've got the other one taken off. So if you want to run binos, you're going to have to run both adapter pieces on your bridge. So very simple. It's all quick disconnect stuff. You take it, clip it in, you're ready to rock. So now that again we've got our bridge adapter hooked up to the G24, we're going to take this G24 and we're going to hook it up to our helmet. This is very simple as well. You just take it, slide the top in first, fit the bottom, and then you've got a little button that you pop into place here. She's rock solid, she's not going anywhere. Not every thermal optic is designed to be mounted on a helmet. I use the Iray RL25. This is a 384 resolution scanner, and you can actually use this as a scope or a hand scanner or mount up on a helmet. You can see you've got your dovetail adapter that actually hooks up, and it takes 2 Allen screws and it screws into this unit. So this thing's fixed, it's not going anywhere. And then you just directly clip it right in to your bridge adapter. So you've got it in position where it's up and out of the way. You can also pivot this out to the side like that. And then when you're ready to go ahead and use it, put it down on your eye. You've got your button on the side, press that in, and then there you go. Now you're ready to start scanning. This G24 mount, it is highly adjustable, so if you want to go ahead and adjust how it fits up to your eye, you pinch on the side here, and then you can just slide it back and forth to get this thing set exactly where you want it. You might be looking at this thing and thinking it looks really heavy and bulky, and it's really not that bad. Between the counterweight, the helmet, the mounts, and the optic, this setup here comes in at about 3 pounds, 4 ounces. So to me, that's a price that I'm willing to pay to be able to go hands-free all night and keep my hands in my pockets nice and warm. Running the helmet hands-free is also really nice when you're walking into your stands. You can keep this optic down, and then you can scan hands-free as you're walking in and checking and making sure you're not jumping up anything. I hope this video helped. Maybe you were on the fence trying to figure out if you wanted to go hands-free and run a helmet. If you have any other questions, make sure to leave us a comment in the comments section, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. But until then, you'll be catching us running hands-free on Season 4 of Coal Creek Outdoors. Make sure you subscribe and you don't miss it.